Hello and welcome back to the Planet Crafter Humble. We are a little bit further along the way to fish. It's still a bit of a struggle, but adding in the butterflies we added in last time should help a lot. Our biomass here is coming along nicely on the insect front. So we have quite a bit more of that. We're going to work toward animals hopefully soon. Once fish count as animals, of course, and then frogs and the mammals, the mammals basically. And then of course these stats could probably use a boost to heat. Actually, anything but pressure, really. Everything else looks yeah. We should about double. If we make everything about the same, we should about double the heat and biomass production from the points they're at to get them up to pressure, and then double again to get them up to oxygen, which is quite different. But that's okay. We'll just keep working on this. There was a blueprint that unlocked, though. Not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. It must have been over here. Ah, yes, the ecosystem unlocked. Also, Tier 2 mutagen might have unlocked finally during the last episode. But the ecosystem's an interesting one because it gives us a huge plant bonus and a decent insect bonus as well here. Let's go into, just to compare, it's double the butterfly farm and quite a bit more than the beehive. And as far as plants go, it's, the plants here are 43, the plants here are 2,900. So we definitely want to make some of these. So let's pin this and we'll see if we can get the materials to make multiple of them. And then, I think it was Vulcan Feline, and actually, I think it was Vulcan Feline who commented on, remember what it was in the previous episode too, asked if we could put up walls anywhere else upstairs. I'm going to take a couple of irons, and I want to take a couple, iron, titanium, silicon, oopsie, iron, titanium, silicon. And asked if we could make, walls up, out anywhere but where they kind of are there. Wait, no, this was, oh well. And no, you can't. You have to put them only in those spots. You can't put them any closer, like here between these pipes kind of thing. But I don't really want window. I don't really want door. I want window. So I need iron and cobalt. So let's put these away in there and we'll let the bots deal with them as always. And then let's grab, now I'm going to put windows where those screens are anyway. So let's grab enough for 6, I think. And then cobalt as well. That was 7. Wait, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we are. 6 and 6. There we go. Then we'll go back up again and put windows in here just to have everything kind of working. We'll eat before we leave here. Or grab food. Now, I'm just going to eat this last space food. I've been chomping on the space food to get rid of it. And you can also see that I have quite a bit more of the other stuff as well. The regular food. And I think, or the reason that is because I started making it. I put up an auto crafter. I turned on an auto crafter, I should say, to make it here. It only will work, of course, when we have honey and beans in range. And the honey right now is a bit limited because of, there's only, 6, I think, beehives over there. But also, the beans are quite limited too because we just have the crafters in the base making those. And I was pleasantly surprised, by the way, to see those crafters actually working. Actually being collected from. The bots have been grabbing this stuff and putting it in the bins that I set up for those vegetables as a buffer. And so we'll be able to use those all like crazy here very soon. I also took down the lab and the other room that were over here and just put the dump chests, enough dump chests for the stuff we had left over there. Over here, we also need to deal with these bugs, which we will deal with soon. But I want to go ahead and take this thing down too because we don't really need it anymore. And we might as well use the stuff for something else. And you can just have all that minus the truck, of course. I think that's fine. Upstairs, there is not much left. Just sulfur and 1 lone aluminum, which actually is gone now because I went ahead and shredded it. Aluminum, iron, and all the other base metals. I shredded what we didn't use to make into super alloy once we ran out of titanium. So now we're still shredding it. We're still shredding anything that comes from dolomite, which means we'll eventually want to set up a dolomite miner. But everything that comes out of here is going to be here. You can have that. I'll just let you donate that to the fund here. Anything that comes out of here is getting scrapped basically if we don't need it, which we really don't need it. And then we're doing the aluminum too, and that's getting scrapped too. You can see that. You can see that there. The bot's coming to pick it up. But if we need it, then we need it, which is good. And this one here really needs to get processing. This one I may stop scrapping aluminum eventually. Actually, I should probably stop scrapping aluminum now and let that jam up with aluminum. So let's go ahead and turn the scrapper off for the aluminum scrapping. Here and here. I'm not scrapping everything. I'm scrapping iron, magnesium, and cobalt now. Because we still have a need for silicon and titanium, of course. And so now we're not scrapping the aluminum anymore. I think that's better. The bauxite will give us aluminum plus the other base metals, and I think it can just sit there full of aluminum eventually. That would be fine with me. And then, of course, we need to keep processing that dolomite so we can keep processing the uraninite so that we can move on with our lives. Let's see. What else did I have before we go and start working on other things? I put up the rest of the storages back in here that we took down to migrate them downstairs. And I turned on for a while the super alloy making, but then I turned it off again because we didn't need it anymore. I don't know what I'm going to do with the back half of this room yet, but we'll figure that out later. And I don't know if I'm going to put windows in here either or not. We'll have to kind of figure that out too. But we'll also have to figure out how many crushers we're going to want and or need to keep up with everything that's we got going on. The decoration will come later. Oh, and by the way, the configuration on the farms here, where we set this, we actually don't need to do that. We don't want to do that because that only actually controls this slot, not the whole farm. It's similar to the planters that we still have over there, where they're being picked by the bots. And what's also being picked by the bots is the algae, which I was relieved to see because I really hadn't given that any thought. But when I came out here to see if I could configure them for automation, there isn't even a dialog box when you click on the thing, because the bots will just pick the algae when it's ready, when there's a demand for it, always, just like they do with anything else that's growing. So that's kind of a really drink. There we go. So that's kind of a really relieving thing because we're nowhere near the water, so we're nowhere near the algae. So we do have a buffer box full of algae. I did check that after I came out here and found that there was no dialog box. And so we can manage that as well. Are we going to take a look at that as well? And then I think we can build a couple of those ecosystems, at least a couple of those ecosystems, to get the biomass process going. Let's see, buffer box full of algae. That'll be over here someplace. I think it's on this side. Yeah, there it is. Full. Mushrooms, half full. Beans, nowhere, nothing. Squash, half full. Eggplant, half full. The reason the beans are nothing is because I'm turning them into food. I'm not doing any of the other crafting right now, and we'll have to do that once we have the materials for the outdoor farms, which are the bees, which I'm really, really hoping we will see very soon, but I forgot where that one comes in on the blueprint screen. The bee farm, beehive, the bee something. Where is oh, there it is, right there. 145, that's what we're kind of aiming for here. Will be our next kind of target, and then, but we'll get these ecosystems up, which should help. So we did tag that. Let's go downstairs and grab the materials we need. We'll need a couple of those common larvae, which we have over at the other base. We also need, let's see, bacteria samples. Let's do 4 of them, maybe. Mutagen tier 2, we have a few of those laying around. We'll do 4 of them. 4 water, 4 algae. And I did turn on the collection for the water. That one you do have to turn on for in both of the types of water collectors. If you want the water, you have to turn it on. Let's see, algae. Algae, there it is. And then finally for now, the fertilizer, which we actually don't have enough of. We're going to need to autocraft fertilizer tier 2 then, for a little while at least. put that in here and there, and we do have everything in range. You can see that by everything being blue, and we can also see which storages and which plants, in this case, are in range, which is kind of handy. Give me one of those. Thank you. You can have the rest. We'll make a few, and hopefully I will remember to come back later and, you know, push the button to stop those for a while, so that we don't kill our stockpiles of things until we have everything going. Let's see. Oh, I wanted the bugs. Let's see. Otherwise, we'll have to go find some, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And that should do us for now. These I'm just going to put around. Kind of similar to what we've done with everything else. Where do I want to put them? Maybe up here on the other side of this rock. Yeah, that's fine. Just going to put them out, and then we'll deal with putting them around later. Let's see. Can I see how these things look? Oh no, they take a crap ton of power. Okay, well then. Let's get some more power going. We need the stuff for nuclear fusion, if we have it, which I think we still have plenty of pinkium. All the bots just freeze. It's kind of insane if you think about it, because if they're going to freeze, they should just fall, but they don't fall, they just freeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then let's do 10 of the super alloy. Only carry 6, so we'll have to come back for the rest. And again, I will put these down just right here. It's fine. Power's back. Everybody can get back to work, and I can go grab the other 4 super alloy. Okay. No, I only needed 8. Okay. Because it's 5 and 4, not 5 and 5. There you go. Good job. That'll be good. I think we'll see how much power that gives us. I'm gonna cheese my way up here. Yeah, the screens look fine there. It's not the best thing, but it serves the purpose, I think, well enough. The other option, of course, would have been to put a solid 3x3, and then I wouldn't have had the dome, so I think this is fine. What's our power situation now? 2878 available. Each of these ecosystems cost 325, so we should have plenty. Down, and I'll go down this way just for variety. Go back over there, and we'll just put all of them down right together. And these, I believe, also have, yeah, see, they're creating trees around them and stuff, which is kind of an interesting mechanic, I guess. Well, maybe I'll spread them out a little bit then, since they are doing things. Yeah, let's just put them around here. And then they will provide us with stuff. And what is that stuff again? Let's go to the first one just so we can see what it is. Butterflies. They will supply those. I don't know if they also supply other... let's actually put these down to lowest priority 2. Looks like they provide all larva types. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see what that comes up as. I'm not sure. We only barely fiddled with this in our multiplayer series. They added it after I did my single player. So I don't know offhand what it is that they do. But that tells me that I need to have some boxes for some different types of larvae in my base. So we should go ahead and put those up. Which means I want to check this one real quick. See if I put provide on it. Actually, you know what? Since I'm standing here, let's just do this. It's fine. And so I want to set up. Let's see. I definitely want to set up one for each of the base larva. The common, uncommon, and rare. And then I'm also going to want a bee larva. I don't think I want a silkworm larva. And I'll tell you, we'll talk about why I want the bee larva once we get the beehive tier 2. And then I'm going to want some for butterflies. I'm not sure how many. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after that, we're going to need more. Well, we'll start with this and we'll see what happens. Let's go with demand common. Yes, common. I have some of those I'll give you. And then demand uncommon. And these may get changed around, but at least for now. And then demand rare. And then we'll have one for bees. We won't need the silkworms, and then we'll have a few left, and those will be some different types of butterflies. This needs to be common larva, uncommon larva, and rare larva, and then bee larva. And then I think what I'm going to do for here is, oops, I forgot to put the rares in the box. Wait, nope. That's the bee box. I think what I'm going to do here is, for right now, oh, I did put a supply everything on that, didn't I? Because I was supplying everything. Okay. We can take that off. And we can put, you. Nope. Yep. And yep. I think so. Should be some coming in there, I think. Yeah, that's the liane we saw in the thing. And there's abstrus. What I don't remember though is whether there's only certain ones that come from the ecosystems, or if we can get them all from the ecosystem. And then whether I'm going to have to separate these out by type, or how I want to handle that so we don't have a box full of one, forsaking all others. And I haven't decided how I want to handle that yet. One way to handle that would be to use the small boxes for each one, so we can cram them in tighter together, although I don't know where I would put them. So I'm not sure that I want to do that either. So I think we'll see what we kind of get here, and then we can kind of go from there. These are all in the 100s. We could, I guess, look at what we put out in the butterfly things, wherever I put them over there someplace, and change them out to make sure we have the best ones. I don't think it's necessary. So we're getting a few different kinds here, but may only be just a few. So if it's only just a few, you can probably get by without screwing things up too much with different boxes or whatever. We'll see. Let's just go and eat, and then I'll go out and grab some water. Should just put my head, just look straight up and open my mouth like a goose. Yeah? Please, thank you. Okay, so that should take care of some more of this. What else do I have mess-wise in my dump chest that we haven't processed yet? I saw uraninite. Getting close to the end of the sulfur, of course. There's genetic traits. I need a box for those. Some dolomite in here and zeolite in here. Let's see, I can take all of this, though, and I can put it all in here. No, I can't quite get it all in there yet. And a couple of osmium, of all things. Okay. And then all the sulfur up here, plus some of these dolomite and bauxite crushables. We need to move these domes yet, too. Eventually. So I think, what do you think here? The next thing I want to do is to probably expand the farms, but I really, really want those bees to be automated first. Not what I wanted. Where are we at with that? 145. It's going to be a little bit yet, so we probably should go ahead and expand out. Maybe more butterflies. Water life collector would be nice. We're getting close to it. Actually, we really don't need more heat and pressure because we've maxed out their things. Oxygen's the only one really left to do. And then the overall is here, which means we could boost the heat and the pressure, but really we'll get these eventually, I think. Maybe it's down to, I'm looking for that one too, 175 Giga Ti. We really need to be able to craft pulsar quartz. Although we do need to do more mining before we get to that point. Is there anything else we've unlocked that I haven't built yet? That I'm the extraction platform, but it's going to be a while before we're ready to do that. Oh, that reminds me though. They've just announced the next update called the Moons update. And while we can't use it yet for this save, we will be able to use it soon. And so I plan on continuing with that update when it comes out, whether it's connected to this or there's a gap in time, however it works out. But we'll be able to actually leave this planet and continue the game on other planets. So I'm interested in that, hoping that we can explore that some, and that'll give us a little bit more content to extend this update, or extend this save into the next update. I don't think there's anything else besides farms that I really have that I haven't built yet that I really think I need to build, unless we just do expansion of different things. Farm coming in, but it looks like an orange one, so we don't really care. Let's see. I put the suits over here. I think I did that off camera, and I put blueprint chips and drone logs in here. Did we get a message about the drone logs again yet? These 15 logs, and then more information will come soon. We need to wait until we get another message from Starform Robotics, which isn't this one. That one was older, I think. Yeah. So we need to wait until we get another message, which is probably triggered off of a terraformation index value, overall terraformation index value, which would make sense to me. So I think that's probably the case. But I think now we need to expand our plants and our insects some more. So maybe some more butterfly farms would be a good idea. Let's do that. Although eventually we'll run out of power again. These use 30 energy, and we have 1900, so we got a while yet. Let's see about those things. Oh, we could probably turn off that auto crafter. How much fertilizer tier 2 do we have? A fair bit. Let's see, zeolite and then bioplastic. We'll have to turn on all the auto crafters, but I want to be growing all the plants and things before we do. And we'll also need to be ready to distribute more miners when we do, which shouldn't be a problem. Zeolite, that was over here. That was when we had to wedge in here because I forgot about it. Okay. Here for exoskeleton. Oh, I wasn't expecting to unlock something like that. Let's see. And then we need some of those butterflies. And let's see what we have over here. A bit of a variety. There's a 200, a bunch of 175s. We can also... there's a 230. We can also deconstruct some of these to get their component materials back in the recycler. The recycler, whatever it's called. The deconstruction thing. Yeah, the recycling machine versus the shredder. There's a 250 also. Nice. Let's see. But if on the Planet Crafter wiki, which I recommend you be careful when you go there because if you don't want spoilers, but on the wiki we can search for butterfly larva, I think, and then we can see all the different butterfly larvae, which is good, but it also gives you the recipe for them, so you want to be careful with that as well. But it also gives you, at least I think it does. Yeah, there it is. It gives you the recipe for them, and a lot of the butterflies will have the same recipe as others. So, for example, this abstreus butterfly has a recipe of one common, a tier 1 mutagen, and a tier 1 fertilizer. That's shared with the Amel, which we don't have any of those here. It's shared with the Azure, which we have a bunch of here. That's also shared with the Chevron, which is the green one, which we have one here also. And that might be it. No, I lied. The Amel and the Chevron are rare butterflies, not common. Rare larvae, not common larvae. So there's only those. Common tier 1, also the Impalio. There's a red one. The Fancy, which is this one, I think, yeah. And the Galaxy, which is this one. All of those share the same recipe of common larva, tier 1 mutagen, tier 1 fertilizer. And then, like I said, if you use the rare larva with the tier 1, you can get the Amel and the Chevron. And then beyond that, let's see, is there any tier 1 rares? Yes. The Liani, which is this pink one here. The Liu, which we have one that we put out. Oh, there's an Impalio. The Liu, which we have had one recently. That's a rare tier 1. And the Penga, which is this one here, is a rare tier 1. And so all of those can be deconstructed in the recycling machine. And then you can use the incubator to craft using those exact same materials to get any of those other butterflies, which is kind of an interesting thing. And then there's more, of course. If you use a rare larva with a tier 2 mutagen and a tier 1 fertilizer, you'll get a chance for a Serena, which we have a bunch of those out in our butterfly farms at the moment. We'll also get the chance for an Imio, which is kind of a red and pink one. It's morphin time. No, it's something else time. Let's turn this off. Put all this stuff in here. Oh, it's not what I thought it was. It's super alloy time. I really want to chase down super. I thought it was going to be pulsar quartz time, but I don't know that I want to chase down all the super alloy because they're just going to start vanishing real fast. And I don't really want to get out there in the middle of it either to chase them down before they start vanishing. Interesting that they don't hit down here. They're only hitting up here in this plateau because this is where I'm at. And they're, of course, in a circle around me, but again, only up here in the plateau. I guess we could go try and find some. Kind of quickly. We'll just start here, work our way around, and see how many we find. Hit everybody? Nope, not yet. Keep it coming. You can see them here. That's weird. Okay, should be clear now. Come over here, and we'll just pick up whatever super alloy we see as quickly as we can, because it's too valuable to let go. Piece of candy, piece of candy, piece of candy. It's already vanishing. And it won't be long before it's gone. I will hydrate at some point in this journey for super alloy collection. That one vanished that I was just standing next to. At least you don't have to do the pick them up thing. There's one over there, but I'm going to ignore it. They just pick them up immediately. Kind of nice. Let's see. I either lost the path or they've all deconstructed already or disappeared already. I think it was right in here. Yeah, they vanish that fast. All gone. Okay, well that was fun. Pick up a few, lose all the rest. So, let's see, did I pick up... I didn't pick up any... Oh, I put it all away, that's right. Let's go ahead and put these back and go get our stuff back again. Put these away, I should say, and get our stuff back again. Oops. Here, super alloy. Oh, it's full. Oh, it's full. Okay, well, in that case, I will go up to the dump chest and put them in there. And I'll turn on a crafter making super alloy rods again. Here. I think you're probably still set to everything. You are. So just do that for a while. Alright, pick this up. So we picked up 3. We need to pick up a few more. The best ones are already picked up, except for, no, those are 120s. 175s. Let's just do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, hydration critical. 6, 7, 8. We'll call that good. Hydration critical. We'll go over to butterfly dome. Butterfly dome drome. Butterfly. Whatever this is. Butterfly farm dome. Drome. Drome. That's the word I wanted. Let's put down these 8. Here. Let's see. I have no idea or memory of what we put out here, but yeah, some Azures. But we don't really want those here in terms of they're not the strongest whatever multipliers, but on the other hand, we're going to be tearing all this down a little bit anyway when we get to tier 2, so it'll be fine. And that'll give us a little bit more in the bug front. We wanted. So, did I finish going through, or did I get distracted before I went through all of it? There's also a golden butterfly, which on Prime, they were discoverable in the world. But here on, wherever we are. What word is this again? Oh, yes, Humble. We have to make them. And those are also part of that rare tier 2 mutagen, tier 1 fertilizer combination. And so, if we take any of the Imios and or the Serenas, which give you almost the same multiplier as the Goldens, and we deconstruct them into their materials and then recraft them with the same materials, we'll have a chance for Golden. Chance is very tiny, but there is a chance. And I think that's all of them. Like, I think I rattled through all of them that quickly. If there's one I missed, combination I missed anyway, then I apologize, but I think that's most or all of them. So I think the other component we want to look at then is just to see how far we can get this to go. We can also keep an eye out for. Did I really click on the bee larva? We got 2 bee. How do you get 2 bee larvae? They must have come from the whatchamacallits too then. Okay, well then in that case we could do another farm since we have the bee larva for it. The ecosystems must be producing bee larvae too. That's the whatchamacallit. Did I turn off or did I leave on the fertilizer tier 2? I don't remember. But also we're probably out of materials for it. Probably doesn't matter much. Oh no, you tore through all that super alloy already. That didn't take long. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because we're waiting on what here? Actually, I don't know. Probably squash. Maybe methane. Maybe methane. Probably methane. Not methane. Methane over here. Where did I put? Oh, methane's right here. Duh. No, we have methane. Algae? Must be squash, I bet. It was squash. Okay. Yeah, because we're not growing that much of it. So I think the thing we should probably work on growing the most, though, is the probably the beans first, because we have a need of it for the food. Let's do this and that, and I'll add in beans over here. Need the bean seed, though. Actually, can I do... No, I can't. I need to provide it myself because I don't have those in a supply chest. They're only... Here. They're only demanding, not supplying. So, yeah. Okay. There, go. That'll start growing beans, and then they'll be there and available for the crafter to pick up and also the storage to pick up. And as we get more bees, we can do more with that. You know what? Actually, let's go up this way, in the door, and up the ladder. And where are we at? We needed, I forget now, 145 for that. We're at 92. Okay, well then, I think what we can work on next is, we need 4 of those, fusion energy cells, which are these. I thought about crafting these in an auto crafter, and I may eventually do so because they're worth 80 Terra tokens. And 80 Terra tokens, I'd have to do some math, but I think our 80 Terra tokens is worth it for them. But we'll have to do the math on the pulsar quartz and the osmium and the obsidian, and kind of come up with a value of the component pieces versus a value of this thing combined together. So I'll do some fuzzy math on that. But until we can autocraft certain things like pulsar quartz, I'm not going to be selling a bunch of them anyway. We still can't even autocraft circuits, so I'm a little skeptical or whatever about doing that. I suppose I could start autocrafting rocket engines and selling off the iridium and selling them off instead of the iridium rods, the uranium, and the super alloy. The iridium rods, by them being 6 Terra tokens, that's kind of okay. Uranium, you could say those are worth about 1 Terra token apiece, a little less than 1, but 1 Terra token apiece. And these are worth 6, so we could say that the rocket's worth... We could claim these are worth 1 Terra token apiece too, maybe? No, actually they're worth even less than that. So we could say that's worth 6, 7, 8, 9 at most, but really less than 9. So that's worth it to make rocket engines instead of selling the iridium, the uranium, and the super alloy rods. It's more value. So we should probably do that, but we probably also don't really have the crafting or the mining of the necessary iridium and uranium yet. Although we do have a lot of uraninite, so maybe we do, and we should be getting super alloy from that as well. But we also will need to tear through that dolomite, even if it's to destroy it, in order to get enough uraninite processed to make it worth our while. Let's see here. Silicon's full, magnesium's full, titanium is about half full. We may have to start shredding silicon too then. Yeah, let's add silicon. Crap, let's add... Oopsie, I don't want that. Let's add silicon into this then too. Silly silicon. There. And then the only other thing we have left here is 1, 2, 3, 6. Is titanium, which if I put titanium in here, there it goes. Just auto shredded those things. If I put titanium in here, then it would not collect it until this was full because of the priorities. So yeah, I could do that. I could also do the auto crafter for the super alloy. I would just have to be careful with priorities, because I think in that case I would want the miner to be a higher priority than the crafter. I think, as a provider. I think. Okay, so back to what I was thinking out loud about. These. If I need 4 of these, I need 12 pulsar quartz. And I don't have 12. I have 9. So we definitely need to have some more pulsar quartz before we can explore that other ship. It's yellow again, so I don't think it's going to be worth anything. Fortunately. I'm kind of thinking this container is going to go away, although it may not completely go away. Because we have way more than 15. We ended up with 28 of them. If that's all of them in the game, I don't know. But So, let's do the tweaking then to the super alloy and actually start making super alloy again. I want to have a crafter making super alloy. I want it to be supplying everything at lowest priority. I'm going to need some water, but we're going down anyway, so we'll get some water when we get down there. This one? This one needs to provide at just low priority so that that miner down there can provide at lower priority. Very low. That way the autocrafter is collected from at the lowest priority, therefore it doesn't consume a bunch of base metals and drain me dry of titanium, and then the shredder will only shred what we don't need even for that. And I think that's probably an okay way to do this. It's a little bit of a hope and pray situation because it's there's not really any defined usage of those priorities, I don't think. But we'll see. We're going to need some food again, so let's go on up and deal with that. We go and eat. We're at the point now, since we're auto-crafting food, that we don't really have to worry about it so much. But I think it'll be fine. The beans we planted should be done should be ready pretty soon. Could have gone out where I was. Even if they're not already, they're 77% now. And as soon as we get those bees, we'll be able to do a lot more of that. Bees. Someone suggested decoration-wise, maybe doing like some sort of picnic table out here in the in this area, or some outdoor lights here, or maybe even some out in front. And I think that's a good idea. The picnic table would have to be maybe this round table, or last one maybe, but I don't know that I like that one either. Unfortunately, there's only one kind of chair, which is, yeah, unfortunate. But we could put that out. And then we have a couple of options for lights. We have these, not those. We have these outdoor lamps. These are like floodlights. Those are easy enough to put up. And then we have another light. Oh, this one here. An area lamp, which is more like an indoor light, I would say. So I think we could do the outdoor lights with that. But we can also experiment with that some too. Okay, so you are still working. Did you chew through all my titanium again or something? No, it's still working. You did. You chewed through all my titanium. That's what I was afraid of. Yeah. I kind of wish there was a way to restrict it to only work certain situations, but I think just it's going to take this getting filled up for it to fix itself. And I think that's going to be helpful too when we need, I think I need a door back there. Let's get the door stuff. That's iron, silicon, and the titanium that I don't have. Yeah. Make one. Careful with this, though. I think the bots will pick some of this stuff up. At least, I think they used to. Maybe not. I seem to recall them doing something weird in relation to that. Right, now we can get out here. If I keep this, I may end up moving that, but then again, that'll be a future Wally problem. You still need iridium. Get rid of iridium and dolomite. You should be getting rid of dolomite, but we may just not be crushing it fast enough. Which means we may need more dolomite crushers. Or we may just need to scrap the dolomite. But at this point, I think I would rather not scrap the dolomite in favor of the other stuff. I think. Well, yeah, I'm not that thrilled about that idea, but then again, it kind of is what it is. Let's see how the butterflies are coming in here. Ooh, lots of good ones. Lots of pengas and chevrons. Those are going to be good to have. Did we get any bees? Got one bee. A bee. A bee, I see. So I might have to do something different with butterfly storage if I want to have a box of each kind. Because otherwise one or some could offset the others, and I don't necessarily want to do that. What I think we should do is wrap this up here. I need to make this a little bit shorter of an episode anyway. So it's kind of just a little bit of a maintenance-y thing. I did get a hint, by the way, that there's another spot on the north wall that we can blast open and get into. So we'll want to go do that, go look for that, and go do that at some point. As soon as we can make the pulsar quartzes, or until we get a sufficient number of them, we can go down and open up that last ship, which will, I'm sure, yield some good stuff. And then I think we can also, I think I want to wait until we get the final tier of the, up, Wally, up, of the heater. We also got the tier for exoskeleton. I forgot about that. Of the heater and the other stuff. Yeah, the heater, the drill, and maybe that's the, wait, what's the other thing? Heaters, the drills. We may be done on the oxygen front. Like, it may be it. We got just basics, I think. Yeah, I think that's just basics. But I think I'm going to wait until we have the heater and the drill. Final stages here before we do the, before we rebuild those. Because I'm not going to rebuild them just to rebuild them again. So I think we'll do that in a future episode as well. Add more maybe, but definitely do the rebuild. And then I guess we could look at the crafter here and see what the next exoskeleton is. It's not here. That's what it is. But over here still? Here for exoskeleton. Yep. Oh, it needs blazar quartzes. Do we have any of those? Circuit and a uranium rod. Maybe. Maybe. These are... We have exactly 2. We have circuits, a few, and uranium rod. It's not the right machine, Wally. Here. And that gives me a little bit more space here for more modules. I don't remember what other modules we have available to us. Assuming we've made everything we can make, we might have some high tier stuff to do, but I think we've made at least everything we can make so far. But we'll see. And we'll see what else comes up in the next episode as far as tasks to do, exploration to do, and other things. But for now, we'll leave this here, and we will come back in the next one and see what else is next. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you then. Bye for now.